capital Gaborone. I'm Ulibile Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Ruth Thomas from Masunga crowned Miss Botswana 2025. Government to table a bill that regulates community trusts.
And in sports, Brazilian Noise Group's Sportswoman of the Year award.
And that is Ntebogang Sebetlela joining us later on our sport desk. Patricia Chobanyani is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, in our first story, Ruth Thomas was on Saturday night crowned Miss Botswana 2025 in a glittery grand finale held at Gaborone International Convention Center. Miss Botswana Executive Director, Mr. Benjamin Raletsatsi, says despite the challenges they encountered throughout the journey to the crowning ceremony, he is grateful for the success of the event. Raletsatsi said this in an interview with BTV News at the event. Wami Mokhatitswani reports.
Raletsatsi describes the 8-month journey leading up to the Miss Botswana Grand Finale as a long and challenging road. In spite of the challenges they encountered, he is elated the event ultimately proved successful.
Well, it's been a long time, this journey to get here. We've traveled the country, but we're here. We've crowned a beautiful young lady. It's not the easiest of the things to achieve, but also the happiest moment. I mean, we're very, very happy we got here. Look, we went through ups and downs, given that, you know, you are crowning individuals. You are choosing individuals out of a group of, all of them, they deserve the crown.
The reigning queen, originally from Masunga, credits her deep-rooted faith in God for sustaining her throughout the competition and securing her victory. She believes the unwavering spiritual foundation played a pivotal role in earning her the crown.
I'm a person of faith. I am a person of spirituality. I believe in God. I've seen God escalate His power for me, coming through for me. I've seen His great provision. If you can dream it, you can do it. Because I think there is the power in the mind. If you can visualize it, imagine it, do everything you can to just see yourself wearing that crown, life will help you and you will begin to see opportunities coming your way that direct you to what you're dreaming about. But I think it's nothing impossible if you believe in yourself, if you have purpose and drive in life.
Meanwhile, the outgoing Queen Anishia Gauthusi is set to represent Botswana at the 72nd Miss World competitions in July this year in India. Raletsatsi shared that preparations are well underway, soliciting support for this country in the pageant from Botswana.
Her wardrobe is almost complete. Yeah, you know, but that's like 2 months before. Her ticket is bought. We're preparing everything. Miss World is about seeing the backup that is coming from the country. So we will still encourage Botswana to support Anishia. They've given her lots of support over the year. She's one of the most supported queens that I know. So we want to encourage them to support her, to keep voting, to keep pushing her likes on social media.
The newly crowned Queen Ruth Thomas is succeeded by Tamaga native Selwana Mutsiming, who won the first princess position, while Geliko Kilo earned the position of second princess. Wame Makhatitswani, BTV News, Gaborone.
Government has denounced unrelenting cases of defilement in Tsabong. So far, 163 incidents have been registered this year. During a recent visit, the Minister of Justice and Correctional Services, Mr. Nelson Ramautwana, condemned this act as not only criminal but also inhumane, saying it's an attack on the values of compassion for which Botswana is renowned for. With more.
During his visit to the district, the minister emphasized that the country has a robust legal framework in place to address such crimes. He assured residents that perpetrators of all forms of abuse against underage children will face severe punitive measures. The 3 children violated by adults whom they are supposed to trust. Let's do better and take care of our children. However, residents have expressed concerns that it takes time to bring defilement perpetrators to justice. A case was opened against the teacher who defiled a student, but he is still free. We've noted the case and we'll do a follow-up. Gabon prison inmates had the chance to address the minister. If prisoners who are rehabilitated and remorseful parole. I will wait for a report from a committee that has been visiting prisons to see who qualifies for parole. Thank you for paying us a visit. As the district grapples with this crisis, authorities are urging residents to report any cases of abuse and to support efforts to protect the rights of children. Botswana, BTV News.
Farmers in Morolong and Ngwangketi district who formed groups have raised a concern of lack of or shortage of resources in fighting against stock theft in their regions, therefore requesting the government to help. This concern was raised during a quarter meeting organized by District Number 4 and 14 Anti-Stock Theft Department in Pitsani. Lone Sekobo reports.
Barui ba tsere boikarabelo jwa go lwantsha borukutli ka go dira digongwana tse di lebelelang le go tsamaya mo melelwaneng mme ba tlaela ka didirisiwa di tshwana le dikoloi, diaparo tsa itshireletso le dikitso go lwantsha dirukutli tse gangwe le gape di a bong di ipapanne.
Re lole re upile ga ga hela mme go re tibetse re na le kgotle kgolo re le baithaupi resources re tsena mo tlhabanong ye re netse botshelo jwa rona gore la ha ba ka tsa botshelo jwa kana ra training ra be re a hela re kopana le sekabeko maybe la ra tshola sepe sa se ka re hemela
ba be la le bantle me se lotle mo mapolising a mangwe mo teng mo ke magodu re lwantwa e matlhoma hibidu ka magodu e bia ba bangwe se tse re le gore re be ka pele hibidu ke mapolisi mangwe ka skriba e bu ka maina go mpeko yana
ba sepodisi ba rotloeditse barui go tshwaya le go tlhokomela leruo lwa bone ka seo se ka ba tlhofofaletsa tiro.
Rona re le mapodisa re ke ra kgona go lwantsha borukuti re le nosi mme re le tsenye mo teng re buele lona gore re tshwaragane hela jaaka mahatsha mangwe a re boning ba dira jalo.
Deployment of anti-stock theft teams across the division tota ke tsa gore ba le gore le interacta le mapodisi re na le di team tse re di dirileng gore ba la le ba tsama ba emisa tsone dikolo itsenetse ba patrolla le mephato ya ka gone bo ra khuna ba ke ba boneng ka mato
ha gona le maiteko ga go ise go lekane ka jalo tshwaragano ya sepodisi le morafe e botlhokwa mo go lwantsheng seemo se. Lone Sekobo, BTV News, Pitsane.
Botswana's government is poised to introduce groundbreaking laws regulating community-based conservation trusts. This was mentioned by the Minister of Environment and Tourism, Mr. Winter Muluzi, during a quarter meeting in Bobonong, where local trusts highlighted systematic challenges. Mamusi Siska with more.
Botswana's conservation framework has historically centered around protecting wildlife or nature. However, some community trusts in rural areas frequently struggle due to insufficient resources and support. The proposed legislation seeks to establish clear governance frameworks, require local community members to hold seats on trust boards, and redirect tourism income towards creating jobs and sustainable livelihoods.
Re leka gone go baakanya molao o tsamaisang tsone di trust tsonetse. Re o baakanya gore molao o to o re thuse go leka go baakanya mo ele gore re dumela gore ke mathata.
Local trustees echoed the urgency for change.
Re kopa sekolo sa bojanala gore bana ba ta ba rutiwe gore ba itse gore diphologolo di mosola go lo kana kang mo go bona le mo lehatsheng la Botswana.
Maloko ona a board of trustees a topiwa mo dikgweteng mme mo jaaka o itse gore morago o thopa yang ba ithopela mongwe le mongwe mme constitution ya re o bona le lesedi la tourism.
Ha di tsamaye sente ebile yone ya masego ke yone ka kwano ye ka reng e tsamaya botoka tse dingwe tse ke bothata mme ya ko lepokolo ya mapanda yone ga e tsamaye sente mme ba ta gore lona ba BTO le dirisanye le rona sente.
With determination, the trusts have a potential to change the lives of the community.
A re lemogeng gore di trust di tshwara madi a morahe di thoka gore a tshwarwe sente di thoka gore go nne le accountability re itse gore madi a dirisitswe jang a dirisediwa eng a ke se ileng gore se boela morahe kana jang.
Ha re lente re setse re dirile mo re ka reng feasibility study consultant o setsa hitile mo kgaolong ya rona ke tsa gore bangwe ba baetele dipele le setse le itse ka kganya re emetse report ya consultant ye gore be go rogile mo diatleng tsa rona before March ya hela.
The draft bill will soon be tabled in the upcoming winter parliament. If passed in law, Botswana could become a leader in community-inclusive conservation. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Bobonong.
You're still watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now moving on. Botswana University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, BUAN, and GIS Plan Proprietary Limited signed a memorandum of understanding, which is to focus on facilitating capacity building on hemp industry, technology and research between the two parties. Speaking at the event to mark the beginning of the partnership, BUAN Vice Chancellor Professor Kitlatlogile Mosepele says the university aims to contribute to the country's agenda of diversifying the economy, hence such a strategic partnership. Monica Siswela with more.
Botswana is on a path to diversify her economy through the production of hemp-related products and venturing into the green economy, among other sectors. Through a partnership with a well-advanced company in technology and network, GIS Plan, the Botswana University of Agriculture and Natural Resources seeks to take the lead of making the goal a reality.
Cooperation between the two will include activities like, for instance, academic and business partnerships, staff and student mobility, cooperation, development and implementation of joint research activities, cooperation in technology and innovation. All of these envisaged activities resonate with BUAN's strategic themes of research intensification, academic excellence, entrepreneurship, and agile operations. Subsequently, this dovetails into government's drive of creating an equitable, dynamic, and diversified economy. Under the MOA, the Memorandum of Agreement, cooperation between the two institutions includes initiatives like capacity building in the industrial hemp agro-industry, collaborative research in industrial hemp applications, joint seminars, conferences, and public lectures on industrial hemp, development of academic programs in hemp agriculture and policy.
GIS Plan combines the leading-edge technologies such as GIS, drones, LIDAR, bathymetric and underground surveying, and now we are coquetteering with artificial intelligence, because definitely this is something is coming. Also, GIS Plan works closely and effectively through local and international partnerships like these partnerships with Avacare Group, but we have also partnerships with a few partners in Europe and America, especially along the line of the precise agriculture.
Partnership with the private sector is one factor to consider when exploring ways to address unemployment among graduates.
I want these sectors to grow exponentially so that we open opportunities for Buang graduates upon completion of their studies. I want to create opportunities for our graduates in the global labor market. I believe that partnerships like this will contribute to this goal.
The successful implementation of this partnership will help ensure that both Buang and the country becomes global players in the agricultural space. Monica Setswaela, BTV News, Gaborone.
Communities have been rallied to improve support systems for people with Down syndrome. The principal medical officer at the Town District Health Management Team, Dr. Tankiso Tibelang, said this during the World Down Syndrome Day commemoration. Emmanuel Rapua.
Life often presents a myriad of experiences as some are given different talents, while for some their mental coordination is also varied. It is on this very note that the World Down Syndrome Day commemoration is highly esteemed, especially that Down syndrome condition is not by choice, as it can affect anyone regardless of race and socio-economic status. There is no treatment for people with Down syndrome, and it is cardinal to care and be supportive to them. The government prioritizes the needs of people living with Down syndrome, and therefore we will ensure that they are well taken care of.
Down syndrome.
We are all given different abilities, and no one should be left out as we forge ahead with various developmental prospects. What is even gratifying is the government's position of being resolute in closing all gaps that may hinder development and specialized empowerment programs for people living with Down syndrome.
The learner is assisted to establish income-generating projects at home. They are assisted to get a grant to start or expand a business.
Engage them on different activities such as home chores so they discover their abilities. As there are existing parameters to cater and assist those with Down syndrome, the public is therefore encouraged not to hide people with Down syndrome, as this will shatter their hopes and aspirations of being groomed and nurtured to be self-reliant. Emmanuel Rapua, BTV News, Joaneng.
Botswana Trade Commission says it is committed to support the government on its priority area of social development. These remarks were made by the CEO of the Commission when launching their community support initiative by donating layers and various fruit trees to Manyana Primary School on Friday. Thank you, Sinsu.
This school believes in empowering students with special abilities with practical skills so that they can make a living for themselves as education goes beyond academics and the classroom. As such, Botswana Trade Commission saw it fit to donate 96 layers, 6 bags of feeds, different fruit trees and stationery.
Primary School.
We found it befitting to improve lives in our community in collaboration with Manyana Primary School, thus upholding the government's mandate. Therefore, this initiative is intended to give our children practical skills to better prepare their future.
To give our young children or kids practical skills to better their future.
tota ga gona sepe ba gaetsho se e leng gore re ka se dira ko ntle ga thuto. But one thing that I just want to...
There's nothing we can do without education. Education such as democracy is expensive. Therefore, in difficult times like this, the government leans on the private sector to support the education sector.
The private sector, so that you can help champion the education system.
When you give someone a gift, you expect them to take care of it, and where possible, you expect them to help others with it. The school head explains what happens when these students are done with primary level. We already have 4 children who are attached in Tirelo Setšhaba in Manyana Primary School. 3 are at a vocational training center, while 2 have been absorbed in streams. Meanwhile, the leadership of the school sought for more donations, as the school still has many challenges such as lack of transport for students and shortage of classrooms. Tanki Senso, BTV News, Manyana.
It is time for our sport news in the on standby.
Thank you very much, Hulibile Samoka. I am Tabuhan Sebetala with Botswana Tonight Sports News. Athletic star Horatile Noah has been crowned the 2025 Sportswoman of the Year at the Bunani Annual Botswana Women's Sports Awards yesterday. Noah's stellar season highlighted by a national record and an Olympic qualification and had the prestigious honor at the Likidi Football Center in Gaborone. Khomzos Fako has the full story.
Oradile Noah's 2024 season was nothing short of spectacular, competing against formidable athletes like tennis Igwe Ayuri and chess Natalie Banda. Noah's achievements spoke volumes. A bronze medal with the 4x100 meter relay team, a new national 800 meter record, and securing her spot at the Paris Olympics solidify her position as Botswana's top female athlete. The future of Botswana athletics looks bright as Situnya Majama was crowned Young Promising Athlete of the Year in recognition of the young sprinter's exceptional talent and potential.
Thank you for this award. And I'm a star. Thank you so much, and more is yet to come. Thank you.
Dorothy Okacha's dedication to officiating was once again recognized as she secured her second consecutive Empire of the Year award.
I was raised by a single mother. She raised 6 of us when our dad passed on when I was 7 years old. And in her, I saw strength. In her, I saw a spirit that never dies. In her, I saw passion to always succeed. And in everything that I've done, I've always carried my mom with me. And I really hope that today she's looking at me and she's proud that I've gotten this.
Team Gather's exceptional performance earned them the Team of the Year title, while their coach Ufenza Bakwadi received He for She award.
Also, I'd like to thank Sincere Ufenza Bakwadi for always pushing us to always go for training, even though, he was always pushing us. But it's because of him that we're also here. I'd like to thank my teammates as well. Unfortunately, they couldn't attend the awards because of personal reasons.
For in your team, Meg Isiro and Meg Poshia for recognizing what the women of Botswana are doing and continuing to show the little that I try to do in advocating for women in sport. I'm lost for it. Thank you so much.
Sofatso Malepa was honored as Administrator of the Year, while Baakwa Tsiwi was recognized as Volunteer of the Year. In media, Botswana Television's Katlego Khakwole took home the Journalist of the Year in television. Khomotso Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Sport and Arts, Jacob Gelebeng, has reaffirmed the government's dedication to advancing women's sport in Botswana, saying they aim to propel it to new heights of success. His remarks came during the third edition of the Vunani Annual Botswana Women's Sports Awards, a night dedicated to celebrating the achievements of women in sports. Our reporter, Khomzos Fago, brings us the highlights.
The Vunani Annual Botswana Women's Sport Awards has grown into a powerful stage for recognizing and celebrating the extraordinary talent and dedication of women in sport. Now in its third edition, the event continued to shine a spotlight on the achievement of female athletes, driving them to reach even greater milestones.
As the world continues to make deliberate intents to empower, enhance and elevate women's sports, in line with global gender parity commitment in various sectors, Botswana remains determined to succeed in this imperative economic drive. I therefore, on behalf of the government of Botswana and on my own accord, deeply from the bottom of my heart, express gratitude to the Inside BW Men's Sport for this initiative, which only aims to propel us as a country to greater success in this regard. I also commend Vunani fund managers for their unwavering, impressive and sustainable investment.
This year's awards featured an impressive 15 categories, acknowledging not just athletes, but also administrators and media professionals who play a vital role in fostering the development of women's sport. Is a celebration of the collective effort that fuels progress.
Progressive Pan-African Financial Diversified Investment Management Company, we have been completely impressed about the immense talent that we see in Botswana so far, the diversity, the potential that exists in Botswana's women's sports portfolios. Since we started working with Inside BW Women in Sports, in this initiative, we have enjoyed seeing a great display of excellence by women in sports across.
More than just the award ceremony, the Vunani Awards have become a movement, a platform that inspires, honors and drives the development of women in sport across the nation. Khomzo Sefako, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Now, lastly, in Botswana Darts Association South Region League match played yesterday at SSKB. BDF-A defeated fellow Army side Thebaphatswa A base after collecting 45 points against Thebaphatswa's 10. Sofatso Malepa with the report.
As the defending champions of the Southern League, BDF-A came into the match with a clear intention of defending their title. They accumulated 45 points across singles, doubles and team events to conclude the first week with a win. On the other hand, Thebaphatswa A base or TEB struggled to collect enough points to secure a win, managing only 10 points overall.
jaanong ke motshameko wa rona wa ntlha ke setlha se sešwa jaaka re le basireletsi go ne go patelesega gore re kgone go wina game ya ntlha.
We played well following the long pause from the festive season. This was our first match of the new season and it was important to win it to better position ourselves in the league. Finishing the game is currently our biggest challenge and it gave our opponents the opportunity to reduce the points deficit. That is our take-home assignment, to work more on finishing the game.
ka ha re tshamekileng ka teng go supa gore ra gola go Thebaphatswa ya ka ne gompieko ne re introduce banana ba ileng gore re ba rutwetsa go tsena mo motshamekong wa didatsi.
Our performance today has shown that there is growth within the team despite the loss. We introduced new players who performed satisfactorily, especially looking at the team we faced today. We hope to continue to improve our performance over the rest of the season. As an individual, you have to perfect your skill and find a rhythm that will work best for you to get maximum points. We practice together to motivate each other.
Game ya di millimeters. Ka dirisang technique e go sitang gore o kgone go kora more scores. But as a team, we practice together so that re motivate ba re bonang gore they are still kotase ka performance.
In another match played on Saturday at SSKB, the Deaf Dust Club DDC faced Police B in a highly competitive encounter where Police B emerged victorious, scoring 35 points against DDC's 23. Segofatso Malepa, PTV Sport, Mogoditshane.
Segofatso Malepa bring us to the end of our 9 p.m. sports update. Now back to Libile Samoka to remind us of our top leading stories.
Ruth Thomas from Masunga crowned Miss Botswana 2025. Government to table a bill that regulates community trusts.
And in sport, Orat Illinois School Sportswoman of the Year Award.
Well, that is all the news we had for you this Sunday. Stay with us. Weather is up next.
Good evening, welcome to tonight's weather forecast. I am Obageng Kaspa Mataki. We're still having some showers in some part of Khanzi and Kalagat. And the following rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m. 22 millimeters at Zabung Meteorological Station, 9 millimeters at Tsani Meteorological Station, 2 millimeters at Mesimantla Kotla, 1 millimeter at Ngojane Meteorological Station. Now look at the current satellite picture. Clouds are still visible over most parts of our country. And for Monday, over Kalahari, southern, southeast, Gauteng, and Kwene, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with isolated thunder showers. Elsewhere, fine to partly cloudy conditions are expected. In the morning, over northeast district, we're expecting mild temperatures of 14 degrees Celsius. Elsewhere, warm temperatures are expected, ranging from 16 degrees Celsius in Gaborone up to 19 degrees Celsius in Kasai. In the afternoon, over southern, southeast, Gauteng, southern, central, and northeast, warm temperatures are expected, ranging from 29 degrees Celsius in Good Hope up to 32 degrees Celsius in Francistown. Elsewhere, we're expecting hot temperatures of 33 degrees Celsius in Veda up to 35 degrees Celsius in Maun. For some cities in SADC, over Manzini and Cape Town, patches of clouds are expected to be visible. Over Maseru, Johannesburg, Tabera, and Uppington, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with possibility of thunder showers. Looking into Antananarivo and Windhoek, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with possibility of thunder showers. And some patches of clouds in Beira, Harare, as well as in Lusaka. Looking into Jerusalem and Kinshasa, we're expecting partly cloudy conditions with possibility of showers and some patches of clouds over Blantyre as well as in Luanda. That is all I had for you. Have yourself a great night.